2024 brought Peerless to the Savor the Burn podcast with their bourbon and their rye whiskey.
Small batch.
Both of them, we liked them. We really did. We had a great time with them. 2025 brings Peerless Distilling Company's Double Oaked Straight Rye. Kentucky Straight Rye. It's got to be Kentucky.
Absolutely.
Right? Because they're out of Louisville, aren't they?
They're the heart of Louisville.
The heart of Louisville. So,
walking distance from Michter's.
I'll be damned. Michter's is fine whiskey, if you ask me. So, if all that sounds good, definitely subscribe, like, follow along on this episode of Savor the Burn.
Let's do this.
All right. Alrighty then. Welcome one, welcome all to the Savor the Burn podcast. My name is Jonathan. Over here across the tables from me is Mr. W2. How do you do?
I couldn't be happier. I am so excited to get into a full bottle, not just a little, not just the little 200 milliliter taster bottles, not just a small little Flavier taster, a full ass bottle. And I had the privilege and opportunity to have a taste of this on tour at the distillery this summer. So love it.
Yeah, and before we get into this, I do have to remind you, make sure if you're following on YouTube, click subscribe and hit that bell notification to stay up to date on all things Savor the Burn. Thank you for listening in on your audio-only podcast app of choice. We're definitely glad to have you along, and if you want to get a hold of us, you want to contact us in any way, email us, info, W2 or Jonathan at savortheburn.com, or just leave us a comment wherever it is that you're watching and or listening.
So right off the bat on this, before we get into anything else about this, I absolutely love the and I'm assuming this is walnut.
It looks like walnut.
That looks like a hard walnut topper on there. This rye whiskey is darker than that walnut color.
Really? You see that? Darker. It's dark like that High and Wicked 15-year that we haven't even gotten into yet, but we will. We will. Actually, you can see it right behind W2's head here. See that? It's black.
Yep.
Black.
But yes.
Yeah, so we're definitely looking forward to getting into this bottle. Like we said, kind of loosey-goosey intro. We haven't really done a whole lot of Peerless Distilling Company products, but...
they are a true artisan style craft distiller.
They are.
They are actually, and I don't think I've got notes on this, on the how much that they produce a year, but they are the largest craft distiller on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail.
And craft distilleries can get away with a lot of fun stuff. You know, they can come out with some very, wacky mash bills and different products.
They also are
definitely a distillery to keep your eye on.
They also, if I remember correctly, they're the only craft distiller that consistently makes the top 50 list or whatever it is. So they are ranked up there high. They produce incredible expressions. Everything's barrel strength. They do not proof down. They do not water down. I'm sure they filter.
It's non-chill filtered.
It's non-chill filtered.
They might dump their barrels out over a bed of charcoals.
But they're not adding water to this.
No. Actually, it says that on the back of the bottle here.
As good as that Louisville limestone water is, they're not adding it to their products.
Yeah.
Not just this product, any of their products.
I can't see any sediment right now. Might be because I haven't agitated the bottle enough.
Well, because it's also darker than a root beer.
It's really kind of hard to see through this dang thing. But yeah, on the back of the label here it says non-chill filtered, strictly sweet mash, barrel proof, and no water added. And before we started, you told me
back up.
I'll back up. What do we got?
Strictly what?
Strictly sweet mash.
I think that's a very big detail.
Big detail.
If Rieger's is also a strictly sweet mash only distillery.
I knew we had done some from sweet mash only, but I didn't remember.
And I didn't realize that till the last go round that we tried with them. And actually, I had done a tour and was able to ask some questions, and I learned that they are a strict sweet mash only distillery. And it sounds like Peerless is also a sweet mash only distillery.
And if you stick around through the entire episode, I will bring you the definition, after the rating, of course. What the hell does sweet mash mean?
Yeah. Should we get into this one?
Let's get into it. You read, I'll pour.
Let's do it. This is the Kentucky Peerless Double Oaked Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey.
That's a mouthful.
That is a mouthful.
Pause for a bottle pop. Nice.
I love it. Yep.
Wow, dude.
Distilled by Kentucky Peerless Distilling Company. There is no age statement on this, which
there really couldn't be because it's aged in two separate barrels.
Right. And I'm sure that plays into why there is no age statement. This is a rye that clocks in at 111.4 proof.
It's pretty hot. It's not the hottest ever.
No, but you also can't be mad at that. So, exposing Peerless rye to two separate casks allows for 2 full barrel extractions. The result? Supercharged notes give this whiskey supreme complexity and mouthfeel. Our dedicated tasting team strategically selects barrels with prominent grain, fruit, and hibiscus notes as they are complemented well by the extra barrel character. This ultimately makes for a population of barrels that are packed with flavor, yet balanced enough to uphold the Peerless name. Every drop of Peerless whiskey is honestly crafted, never sourced, never chill filtered, strictly sweet mash, barrel proof, no water added, made in the US of A.
America.
And I'm just going to roll right on into in the tasting notes. It starts off with appearance, mahogany.
Mahogany, all day, every day, and thick.
Every day.
I gave this a swirl just a few seconds ago. I'm still waiting on the legs to happen. So it's got a lot of the oils that you're gonna.
I also want to commend you on that pour.
Oh, shit.
Once again, because you are like right there.
Yeah, looks like I'm a little short, but whatever. Yeah,
but to that note, those are some thick legs. I can see the.
So you got yours?
I can see the ring.
You got yours right there.
Got some rivulets going on.
Yeah. That means, dear listener, that you're in for an effing treat. I'm getting chocolate, like dark chocolate on the nose.
100%.
Right? Like
dark chocolate.
You don't always get
brown sugar, molasses.
I'd say that over brown sugar. But are you picking up the two distinct notes?
100%.
Really, brown? Okay. It just bit me on the nose. But we're at 111.4 proof.
A little corn.
Do we have
and I'm gonna say
notes?
I'm gonna say
What's
a burnt toffee. Not. I can't quite commit to a caramel or a butterscotch, but
did you say corn?
I did say corn, but there is a burnt toffee. I do not have a mash bill on this at all.
That's wild because usually when we get our sweet note, we try to zero in and figure out which sweet note it is.
So,
but you've got brown sugar, molasses, and burnt toffee.
So looking at these legs,
separate notes.
They are very thick, which is indicative of a very oily,
yeah,
kind of a palate. The palate says thick, oily mouthfeel.
Oh, yeah.
Nice rye and cinnamon spice fades to lots of oak with dark chocolate, dark caramel, and toasted oak.
Toasted.
Then a burst of cinnamon spice come back. Well, before we go any farther, I say we get this on the palate.
Let's get on the palate, dude. Can you guys see those legs? I mean,
she's got legs!
She knows how to use them. It's even back there. Fuck. Wow, this is good.
This might be my favorite rye ever. This is really, really good.
I don't know, that rye blended that in not Infinity.
The Path Not Taken?
Path Not Taken was an incredible, but it wasn't a full rye. It was also it was a rye bourbon blend.
This is a full rye.
This is full rye. This is
special.
I mean, that's right up there. That'd probably be top 5, like the
espresso coffee,
the Balcones rye that we did.
Oh yeah, it's up here behind me.
I'd like to do a side by side if we still have some of it. A side by side with the Balcones rye, Balcones Texas rye that they really don't make anymore, with the Balcones bottled and bond rye.
I put those aside specifically for that.
It's going to be a hell of a night. But yeah, this here
coffee.
This coffee
and espresso coffee, like a maybe even a cappuccino coffee on the late palate into the finish.
Oh shit, over here? Because I was picking up I was picking up chocolate. I'll write that over here.
Wow, this is good.
Get that back on the palate.
Dear listener, a lot of times, we plan out our night's worth of stuff. Oh. What you get in an episode typically is just a piece of what we've kind of accomplished for the night. Spoiler alert.
Fuck, this is good.
Ahead of time, I planned out and I prepared for us to taste this, review this.
This is so good, guys. What the hell?
And then I've also planned out for this to be our spirit in our bonus cocktail, which is the Peerless Manhattan.
Oh.
I could not have picked a better rye for a Manhattan. This is going to be an incredible Manhattan.
Peerless, guys. This is for you guys. This is
so
top notch.
Dude, I'm torn. I'm absolutely 100%
between
torn.
what and what?
So on my way to work, after I drop Henry off at daycare and I start heading towards work, I go right down 435 past Gomer's on State Line. And they open at 8 o'clock, which means I'm driving past them as they're opening. Mm-hmm. I was there this morning, and they had probably a half dozen of the double oaked bourbons.
Oh, really?
And a handful of double oaked toasted bourbons.
That's
in their allocation room. I'm tempted to go get the double oaked bourbon.
I wish I had money to give you.
For us to come back and do a follow-up. As good as this is, I am really... I think while we were there this last summer, I think we did the double oaked rye and the double oaked bourbon.
As a tasting?
As a tasting. Okay. I distinctly remember the rye, which is why when I ran across this bottle, and at this point I don't remember where I picked this up at. I think I might have picked this up at either the Gomer's on 103rd. Yeah, I just don't know. I'm not going to speculate, but this rye is so good. The double oaked bourbon has to be easily equally as good. Easily equally as good as this one.
Did it look as dark?
It looks like this. For whatever reason, Peerless, their double oaked labels are identical. Same color, same everything.
That brown,
with the exception of rye versus bourbon. That's the only difference on the entire label.
As many times as you messaged it to me, you put it in our calendar.
So that said,
you sent me pictures of it. I kept thinking this was a bourbon when we came over.
That said, yes, the double oaked bourbon is the same color. So if you don't pay attention to the label, it's very hard. It's very easy to mix them up.
So maybe on that note, maybe this would be the double oaked rye, the double oaked bourbon, and is the toasted double oaked also?
There is a toasted double
oaked toasted bourbon?
Yep.
Okay. Maybe those would be a great, fun little challenge as a blind. Like, which one is which, guys? I don't know.
Dude, the chocolate on this thing is so incredible.
Yeah.
This has got to be a chocolate rye.
Yeah, because there is a chocolate rye.
That's what Balcones uses. There has got to be a chocolate rye in this mash bill.
Had to make sure that my
microphone
was still there.
So tasting notes, the finish says the dark flavors linger, dark chocolate, black pepper, rye spice, and mint coming in late. I don't think I got
coming in late on nose?
On finish.
Oh, on finish. Mint? I didn't. Okay, read it to me again. I was looking over here on nose.
Hold, please.
I'm not picking up mint. Let me try it.
Yeah, power suggestion, maybe, but yeah, maybe a late spearmint, maybe. I'm gonna recap.
So are you're thinking spearmint?
I am.
All right, I'll throw it in here just because if you taste it,
all right.
Maybe I don't taste it and that's fine.
Stop writing for a second.
Yeah.
Let me recap the tasting notes.
Okay.
Nose, fairly pronounced dark caramel, toasted oak, graham cracker, and rye spice.
All right. Graham cracker. That's there.
Yeah. Palate, thick, oily mouthfeel, nice rye and cinnamon spice fades to lots of oak.
You know what?
With dark chocolate, dark caramel, and toasted oak. Then a burst of cinnamon spice comes back. I agree with all of that.
Yeah.
And then finally the finish, the dark flavors linger, dark chocolate, black pepper, rye spice, and mint coming in late. I kind of think there's a little spearmint undertone to that. What an incredible expression.
You know,
this bottle, you need a sip.
Who am I to argue? We don't always get a good idea as to what the actual tasting notes are from the distillery. But on this one here, I'd say they're pretty spot on. They picked up on everything that we picked up on, and then after he read them, we kind of mentally reversed engineered it, and we totally agree. Rye spice, it's very present through the whole thing. There's
graham cracker.
That wasn't on the nose when we smelled it, but it is now because definitely we wholeheartedly agree with that one. Do myself a...
Dude, I think there's coffee all over that.
Maybe that's a half ounce pour. What would you call that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Doesn't matter. Oh man, guys.
This is my new favorite rye. This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. And as much as I love Balcones Texas rye,
Balcones Texas rye is definitely hard to beat. We've had. I don't know, man. What you just said. You just said something.
I cannot.
You just fucking said something.
What did I say?
You just said that this is your new favorite rye.
I guess I have to get another bottle.
All right.
Before it disappears. I am impressed, head to toe, nose to toe, with everything Peerless does. Their distillery is super cool. So, downtown Louisville.
Yeah.
Picture this with me. You're right there. You got the Louisville Slugger Museum right there. Across the street, directly across the street, is Michter's. They're Fort Nelson Distillery.
Okay.
It's right there. You walk a half a block down the street, and right at that corner is where the entrance to the highway is. So you can get up and on the highway, which is running right behind Michter's. Okay. The main highway runs right there, right along the river. You walk past that highway entrance to the next block,
Okay.
And then you turn right, and tucked in, kind of the Kansas City riverfront, river market.
Yeah.
Type, like right there where the Broadway Bridge is, and River Market's like tucked
It's weird
right
how
there.
that's such a big thing. If you're not looking for it, you miss it. How is that even possible? Okay.
So tucked right there around the corner is this full bricked, curved domed shaped building. Kentucky Peerless Distilling Company is there, and so you walk in. They have a great little like mini little self-guided like little. I don't want to call it a museum, but they have like
a showroom,
like a little bit of a showroom where they've got a lot of like facts and things on the wall to read and all that.
Yeah, Rieger's has that.
Very much so, like Rieger's.
Yeah, if you come to Kansas City, go to Rieger's.
They have their gift shop there where you can just pick up bottles. You can get shirts. You can get all the things.
All right.
And then they do tours. They also do just quick little tastings. We didn't have the time to do a full blown distillery tour, but we were able to jump on one of their express tastings.
Express tasting.
So you basically just go to one of their tasting rooms. The guy just gives you a choice of 5 of their dozen offerings. And so we're like, okay, double oak, double oak rye, double oak bourbon. We're trying to find all the hard to find, the most bang for our buck tastes. We got to just hang out and enjoy our tastings and ask questions and talk about different things. It was a great experience. Their bottles are not cheap, but honestly, I think you're getting the value for what you're paying for.
Right, yeah, because like you said, they're a craft distillery.
They are a craft distillery.
And a lot of what they do is small batch. The 2 that we've already reviewed have been small batch. It was a small batch bourbon, small batch rye, and those were good.
Oh my god, dude!
But this is great. I mean, this isn't good. This is great, guys.
I'm gushing over this one.
This is so good.
I guess I gotta get some numbers on.
Yeah, you do that.
Have you done the numbers yet?
I have done my numbers.
Oh shit! I'm behind.
That's all right. There's a fucking first time for everything, I guess.
Yep, that was very easy. I could not be happier with this. This is incredible. Depending how things turn out, this could very well end up being a top 5 of 2025.
Yes, I think this will be
easily.
I mean, if I gave it more points on the bottle presentation, I guess we're ready to rate this bad boy. What'd you give it on the nose? You gave it a 5.
A 5.
That was my intuition kicking in here. How about the palate? The palate, as they say.
What did you give it on the nose?
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I gave it a 475 on the nose.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm mad at that.
I could have gone up to 7/8 if I wanted to split hairs, but I like keeping it whole numbers at quarters.
Well, what'd you give it on the palate?
On the palate, I gave it a 5.
Oh, well, I kept it at 5.
You kept it at a 5? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Shit. How about finish?
I split hairs. 4 7/8.
Okay. 4.825?
875. Yep.
Okay. Well, that's a hell of a split hair there. It wasn't quite a 5. Well, you're 1/8 of a point. What is that, a quarter blip?
Freaking
quarter
right.
dip?
It's freaking right there.
It is right there, man. It is right there.
It's an 1/8 blip.
It's not just in the ballpark, it's on the field. Bottle presentation. We didn't really talk so much about the bottle presentation on this, honestly. We talked about how the label is similar to some of the other offerings they have.
It is.
As far as the double oak line goes.
But it is such a unique bottle.
It is unique, 100%.
And I'm in love with that cork.
I like the short stubby neck. I like this large flange.
I love this double bevel.
It looks like a macaroon.
It does. It totally looks like a chocolate macaroon.
Yeah, like a chocolate or a walnut macaroon. It's a composite cork. Yeah. It's flicked to make it look. See that relief cut in there?
Yep, it is. But it's a deep cork, so
deep cork, faux show. And look at the legs that pop down here. Can you see that?
Yep. Oh yeah, yeah.
That's wild.
These little bands.
Yeah, it looks like the bands
with
on
the rivets
on a barrel. Little.
I gave it
studded barrel.
I gave it a 4.75.
A 4.75. That's not bad. That's not bad. I gave it a 4.25.
All right.
4.25.
I ain't mad at that. There's no box. There's no bag. There's no frills.
Yeah.
I just thought it's just a super unique bottle.
Yeah.
The topper on it is. I love this walnut hard oak. Mm-hmm. I love the double bevel on there. It's great. It's great.
It really does look like a macaroon to me.
It does look. It looks like a chocolate macaroon.
Well, to me, everything looks like food. I mean, who am I kidding? You don't get a body like this by eating right. Let me tell you. So that brings us to the final score. What was your final score?
9.8125.
Holy shit! 8.125. I don't know what that is.
9.8125.
He had to repeat that because I wrote 8. 9.8125.
Yep.
What is that? 13/16?
Something like that. No, that's like 15/16.
15/16. I'll take your word for it. That is the most split hair ass. That is the most split hair ass score I think that we've ever had on Savor the Burn.
It's a good ass rye.
Yeah, dude. This is.
And I'll clinks to that.
Yeah, Peerless, guys. You know what the fuck you're doing. This is something. So, guys, if you have the chance to do a taste of the Peerless Double Oak Rye, definitely do it. Whether you're a fan of rye or not. If you like coffee, check it out. Like if you drink your coffee black, definitely check it out.
Don't sleep on this.
Don't sleep on it.
Couple days from now, we're gonna have a bonus, and we're gonna make this up into the Peerless Manhattan. Which is a slightly different than the classic Manhattan recipe.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited about.
I tell you what, if you mix the cocktail, I'll wear the same shirt. Only you can go fuck yourself.
I like it.
So,
that's it.
If you're a fan of rye, check it out. If you like coffee, check it out. If you're into interesting bottles that you might want to bring to a bottle share,
check it out.
Check it out. MSRP's for around $120. You bought it for what?
Right at that.
Right at that. But it can also be up to like $160.
Yep.
Is this an annual release?
No, this is all the time. I don't know if it's all the time, but it's not exclusive to an annual release.
Okay. So. Well, that's fair. So if you can find it, chances are you'll be able to find it.
It's just hard to find because
it is hard to find.
It's hard to find because they're a craft distillery, so everything they do is limited quantity.
Yeah. Okay.
Even their annual year-round stuff is still limited quantity, and because they're a craft
that explains
distillery.
The price points across the board. I don't know if we talked about this on air, but we definitely talked about this beforehand. These 200 milliliter bottles up here behind me on the shelf. Hopefully you like the new shelf.
I do.
Those are like $30 bottles for 200 milliliters. Like, who does that? Why would you ask so much for so little? Well, it's because they put so much time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears into these batches, and it's a craft distillery. Craft means small business.
They're not mass producing anything.
Right. They're not, James Beam Distilling Company. They are Peerless, and they are doing everything that they can, and they're doing a damn fine job. This is a contender for 2025. No ifs, ands, or buts. No questions about it. So
I think I'm going by there tomorrow.
He's going to drive all the way down to the distillery tomorrow.
No,
and he's going to see what else he can get.
I'm going to go to Gomer's tomorrow.
You know what? Ruin the fucking dream, all right? I was trying to set it up to make it sound like you were all jazzed out of your mind and you couldn't handle it. I'm so excited that you were just going to drive all the way down to Louisville, Kentucky, right there off the side of the highway. So, all that to say, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter what you're drinking, and who you're drinking it with, hopefully it be friend or family or fellow bourbon enthusiast, never forget, keep on burning.